sim.
Well, there's nothing quite like this occasion. Welcome to the UEFA Champions League final. The best two teams in Europe this season preparing to go head-to-head for the crown. This is Derek Ray in the commentary position, and I'm joined as always on these big occasions by Stuart Robson. It's Barcelona up against Bayern Munich.
Well, Derek, it doesn't come any better than this, does it? This has the makings of an absolute classic. These are two brilliant teams, and at the moment, I can't separate them.
And the Barcelona shape looks like this. Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal. Frenkie de Jong plays with Sergio Busquets in central midfield. And the striker today is Sergio Aguero. So the starting 11 for Bayern. Manuel Neuer between the posts. Niklas Süle starts with Alphonso Davies in the fullback positions. Kingsley Coman starts with Serge Gnabry on the flanks. And getting the vote of confidence in attack today, Robert Lewandowski. And they get the ball rolling in the Champions League final. We're about to find out who will be crowned Club Kings of Europe. Pedri. Now with Aguero. Barcelona now in potentially a dangerous position. Busquets. It should be! Foiling his opponent completely. Slipshod passing. Well, when all was said and done, Stuart, he wasn't a million miles away.
No, he wasn't, because he generates so much power from that sort of distance. His technique is brilliant.
As an opposing manager, you always identify Sergio Aguero as the sort of player you've got to stop. What sort of performance might we see from him here,
Hold
Stuart?
on, Derek, chance here.
And a goal for Bayern. They strike first in the Champions League final.
Well, it's a decent goal, but the defenders certainly played their part. Where were they? They were absolutely all over the place.
And back underway, 1-0 it is. Frenkie de Jong. Takes the shot! Capable of so much better from that position. An awful lot of green space to run into. But quick thinking defensively. with a chance. And flag raised, offside.
Well, that was always going to be offside. He just needed to hold on to the ball that little bit longer.
Depay. Textbook defending inside the box. Lewandowski. Given away by Barcelona. Oh, this is looking promising. And a good-looking ball. Missing the target by a tiny margin.
Well, it's a difficult skill to get right, but he almost pulled it off there. He made such good contact with the ball.
Jordi Alba. Barcelona have given us away. Oh, great attacking play. Well, they're going to be very cross with themselves because that was a wasted opportunity. Now, what's the keeper playing at? And he finds the net. He could hardly miss.
Well, just look at this again. What was he thinking? Too slow, too ponderous, and it's cost them a goal here.
Well, a second goal for them here. Playing with purpose and control, but really sticking to their task defensively. Pjanic! But the goalkeeper didn't have to work quite as hard as I thought he might initially. It has gone over the touchline for what will be a throw-in. Now, what on earth happened there? It did look on for them, but not to be. Sliding in, winning the ball, and what's more, they've kept it. Aguero. Teammate available. Not to be, and still chasing this game.
Well, that was the chance to get back into this. As it is, they're going to struggle now.
They've got it now, what can they do? Now can they counter clinically? Lewandowski. Is it going to be? Corner for Bayern then. And played in by Kimmich. Did his job defensively. Well, they couldn't keep possession. And space here on the flank. Magnificent defending. Coman. And a fine cross. Not messing around with that clearance. Determined defending. Well, the counter chance looks very real. Well, they seem to be onto something positive, but it faded away. Well, he's lost the ball. Depay. Well, possibilities in the centre. Oh, managing to beat him. Body on the line. And good pressure high up the pitch. Well, when all was said and done, Stuart, he wasn't a million miles away.
No, he wasn't, because he generates so much power from that sort of distance. His technique is brilliant.
Coman. Has eyes for goal. Well, he was a long way from goal, but that didn't seem to bother him.
Well, he won't strike a football much better than that. That certainly had the keeper worried.
Well, totalling up all the stoppages, we'll have 2 additional minutes. The free kick decision going the way of Bayern. Well, any goalkeeper would be disappointed if he didn't save that. And that will do it for the first half here at the Theatre of Dreams. Into the second half then, in this battle for Champions League glory. Well, he has the measure of his man. And Lewandowski in the thick of things. Well, just couldn't quite control the header, and a disappointing effort in the end. Error by the keeper. Really good attacking play. Serge Gnabry. Plenty of players waiting in the middle. Well, the bar can be the goalkeeper's best friend. And the counter-attack is on. Options available.
Well, I have to say, I thought that looked to be going in. It was such a good effort.
And the goal kick will be next. Oh, the keeper at fault. And doing all he can to grab his second of the game.
Well, he's been a real live wire today. A constant threat to this back line.
And Bayern Munich now in potentially a dangerous position. Firing it towards goal. Well, it wasn't a taxing save.
Well, those stats tell you everything. Bayern have enjoyed the majority of possession. Yes, they've played well when going forward, but it's been their ability to regain the ball which has made them so hard to play against here, and it makes them such a good team. It's been a brilliant performance so far.
And space for the cross. And it's a double for him in this game. No way for the opposition to contain him, and no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box. Just begging someone to get to the end of it. And then what a great finish as well. Good connection with the ball, leaving the keeper with little chance. It's a great goal.
Three goals without reply. Well, we're into the final half hour. Aguero. Barcelona have given us away. Good use of advantage by the referee in Bayern's favour, but no discernible advantage, and quite rightly free kick awarded. And a shot from some way out. Well, he didn't miss by all that much.
Well, he struck it quite nicely, but the keeper was always in control of the situation. He knew that was going wide.
Sergio Aguero. Really getting stuck in defensively. Müller. Süle. This is Müller. Has eyes for goal! Well, it wasn't quite as dangerous as I thought it might be. And given away. Into the final 20 minutes. Firing it towards goal! And the keeper taking it cleanly. Lewandowski. And now Lewandowski! Well, very effective goalkeeping to touch it over. And it's gone behind for the corner. Wonderful challenge, and a throw-in coming up. Takes on the shot! Well, in actual fact, it ended up being a simple claim for the keeper. Well, in the closing phase of this game, and a disappointing Barca performance, you have to say, Stuart.
Well, this is certainly a performance to forget because they've been totally outplayed today. How many times have they been opened up during this game? They have to defend better than this. It's been a dismal display.
Lewandowski. Not the easiest of situations for the keeper. And Bayern will change personnel now. And played in by Kimmich. Oh, too close to the goalkeeper to really pose a threat. Not messing around with that clearance. Oh, super piece of play. And he's made headway. Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. Never really close to the goal, and it will be a goal kick. And Bayern have the ball once more. Well, the attack showed promise, but easy work for the keeper in the end. And a long way out here. And he got to it fairly easily. Well, taking into account all the stoppages, 2 minutes to be added on. The cross is on. No spillage from the goalkeeper, routine. And it's all over now. A Champions League success story for Bayern Munich.
Well, just look at the emotions out there. Joy and relief on one side, despair and heartache on the other. But we've got the right winners here. They fully deserved it on the night.
For these players, well, it's the night of their lives. And they're determined to enjoy every millisecond.
Well, they have to make the most of this, don't they? It's a great feat. What an achievement from them.
Well, they don't need to be reminded about what comes next. It's the presentation of the coveted Champions League trophy.
Well, there's some tired players out there, but what you can be sure of, they'll find some energy when they get their hands on the trophy. They'll be going mad in the next few moments.
The Champions League winners, Bayern Munich.
Well, this is what they wanted. What a moment for these players. They've worked so hard to win this trophy. They've been fantastic.
And you can feel the emotion. It's natural to reflect on this final, but so much hard work has gone into the entire campaign. Memories, memories. What would a celebration be without the chance to enjoy it with your own supporters?
Well, these fans have certainly played their part, haven't they? They'll savour these moments. They've travelled far and wide to follow their team. They're loving every minute of this, and why not? They deserve it.
A performance of fire as well as ice. They held their nerve when that was necessary. And these celebrations will run long into the night.
Well, these are the moments they have to make the most of. It doesn't happen very often, does it? These will be photos to cherish for years to come. Brilliant stuff.
And you are looking at the best club side in Europe.